Why do mystics answer your question with another question so often? I was actually asked this question by somebody. He said, why do you always answer people's questions on truth, on spirituality, with another question? And it really made me laugh. For somebody to spot that, it's just a very good observation because it's hilarious. It's actually true. I do that. As do many mystics. You see, the so-called mystic, I say so-called because it's just another label. I guess I would come under the mystic category, but end of the day, it's just another label. So, so-called mystics, such as myself, have experienced something that you may not have yet. The experience of so-called oneness, the experience of no self, the experience of transcending your ego, the experience of literally perceiving your body out from outside of your body, the experience of infinite consciousness as much as the mind can comprehend it. These type of experiences, which are profound, beyond belief, yet always ever present within reality, the ego mind just overlooks it. These experiences are so powerful, so life-changing, that it would actually be, I suggest to you, non-conducive to help somebody in their questioning to simply just say A, B, C. The answer is this. You have a question, this is the answer. This is the answer. Because until you have experienced what the mystic is talking about, or come close or had a very deep mental understanding, it simply won't make sense. Because if I just say to you, for example, all is one, it doesn't mean anything if you haven't experienced it, or if you're not on the conscious journey to actually experience it, to understand it. It's just words at that point. So the mystic guides the seeker in a way that the mystic knows from experience is a way to help awaken that person to the truth. Because it's questions that may seem to be going ahead in the right direction towards truth that often restrict that flourishing, that flow into that place of truth that the seeker seeks. In other words, the guru, the teacher, the speaker, the mystic that has experienced oneness, that has experienced truth of self, they can help you with the better questions. The questions that they know from experience will help you get to where you want to get to. It's no good, my friends, my fellow expression of consciousness, to give you a test with the answers already circled. What would you learn? What would become experiential for you? You wouldn't register anything. Nothing would sink into your being if the answers are already circled for you, C, B, A, etc. I hope that makes sense. So that's what the so-called mystic does, at least in my case. That's for sure. But I do see it with other people who I can tell have realized truth experientially. It's helping you experience for yourself, because if you don't experience oneness, you will never truly understand it. You will always have the skeptical mind lingering. It won't be 100% no doubt I am essentially not my thoughts. I'm essentially not my body. I'm essentially the observer of reality. And on a deeper level, I'm the space of the observer and reality. On a deeper level, there is no difference. All is one. And there's so much more I could say on this. Until you have experienced this, my friends, it will just become a situation for you to accept or not accept. Wouldn't it be better for it to just make complete sense? Wouldn't it be better for you to really understand it, like an aha moment? You know those beautiful aha moments. Oh, I get it. We've all had that. It could be of anything small or spiritual seeking topics. Aha. And then you never forget it. When you get the aha moment, you don't forget that which you just intuited. So the mystic asks you questions back to you for you to answer and discover and find for yourself, so it doesn't become dogma. At least in my case, for sure, I'm very anti-dogma when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to truth. You cannot be dogmatic in the seeking to that which is completely free from dogma, such as truth, peace, love, oneness. These are all one and the same. Because ultimate reality is at peace. It's only the mind that gets troubled. But are you the mind? Another question. Are you not observing your thoughts? Another question. But you have to really work it out yourself, quite frankly. And this is not the only route to truth. This is the path of knowledge, which is a path that I generally, mostly, especially on my social media, present. It's what helped me get to where I am now. And others who are into understanding themselves via knowledge can benefit from my words because it helped me and I can help you. But the other ways, such as, complete devotion to whatever you deem the higher power to be, that's another way for the dissolving of your ego to reveal that which is ever present, pure oneness, to occur. Then when it occurs, you realize, oh, you've always known this. Society has conditioned you away from it, seemingly. So yes, that's what the mystic does. The mystic simply guides you, dispels the darkness via giving you questions of either deep, profound vibration behind it, or simple but necessary for you to answer. So it's not about the mystic is not trying to be difficult, not trying to be hard. The genuine mystic, not trying to be insensitive, not trying to be misunderstood. In fact, the true mystic will understand that they will be misunderstood. Definitely, they will be misunderstood initially. It takes a while. In some forms of dialogue, such as debates, answering a question with another question is, of course, not great in a debate. But the truth seeking shouldn't be a debate. If the seeker is coming to debate the mystic, the teacher, the speaker, then they're already in the wrong frame of mind. Of course, you should have some barrier because you don't know the person. They might be leading you down a dark path. You should have some boundary around you, of course. Some resistance, of course. Don't just going into it with blind dogma again. But still, you can have a boundary, a protection around you, mentally, of course, whilst you ask a so-called mystic, someone who claims to have seen the truth and understand truth, you can still approach them and talk to them with a bit of protection whilst not trying to debate them. Just receive what they're giving you. If it resonates, boom, it resonates. If it doesn't, throw it away. If it resonates, boom. If it doesn't, throw it away. Unlike if it was dogma, if it didn't resonate, if you're following a dogmatic religion, for example, you would have to accept it. To a certain degree, you'd have to accept it or overlook it. That's what dogma is. Just have faith that these words are true. No, that's not what this is about. This is different. This is not philosophy. This is not a debate. This is not, when I'm saying this, I mean truth. Truth simply exists. Everybody knows this, whether they are Sikh or not. Truth exists. The question is, how does one arrive to it? What makes the most sense? And with honesty and sincerity and integrity, we can get there via a process of elimination, which is generally the mystic's way. Could it be this? No. Could it be that? No. Does that really make sense? No. And then you go as far as you can. Of course, mentally, you could still say, well, it's still a belief that this isn't the truth, a belief that that is the truth, a belief that, and that's completely right. On one level, it's still a belief, which is why the dissolving of the ego, the pure experience that, my friend, simply must be experienced to really understand how beautiful it is for one, but just how the truth really is able to be grasped and experienced. It's self-evident, it's present, and it's the same wherever you go. Everybody who wakes up, overcomes the ego, they're saying variations of the same thing. Have you noticed that? Because truth is the truth. I think I said enough on this topic. So yeah, that's why we often answer your questions with the questions, but stick with it because it's not, again, at least in my case, it's definitely not to bring you down. It's actually to help you, to give you questions that you might not have thought of, to help you really understand that this knowledge isn't about acquiring yes or no answers. That's the knowledge of the society. This is right, this is wrong. This is true, this is fact. It's deeper than that. It's before all of that. This knowledge. Because it's self-evident knowledge. It's not a mental knowledge. It's self-evident. It's in your experience. That's what these questions point you to see that which is simple, that which is obvious, that which is clear. Sometimes it's so obvious, it's too simple for the mind because the mind is used to complexity. Science will always talk about complexity. That's the mind trying to understand reality, so it perceives things in a very complex way, which is fine. It's a part of life. It's a part of experiencing. So yes, try to see that this knowledge is not a yes or no knowledge. It's a, does it make sense to you knowledge? Do you understand it? Can you see any way this couldn't be true? Is this your experience? What do you think? It's all about you, my fellow expression of consciousness. Have a wonderful day or evening. Please like, comment, and share the video. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace to you.